Welcome to The Adventures of Tanner and Lina. Ordinary kids discovering big lessons as they learn to follow Jesus, one step at a time.
I'm Tanner, older brother, big ideas.
I'm Lina. I keep the big ideas from becoming big disasters.
We're just regular kids
who keep finding strange wooden stars with messages.
This is The Adventures of Tanner and Lina. Ordinary kids, big lessons. Not every adventure starts with a clue. Some start with a mop bucket and a list of chores nobody volunteered for.
I want it on record I did not sign up for this.
Mom signed us up.
Mom signed us up without consulting the labor force.
You're not a labor force. You're an 11-year-old with a chair.
I'm an 11-year-old with 4 chairs and a broom I didn't ask for, and a moral objection to a Saturday cleaning.
Your moral objection has been noted and overruled.
Why does the fellowship hall need cleaning anyways? It's a church. God lives here. He doesn't care about dust.
God doesn't care about dust. Sister Patterson does.
Fair point.
The church was doing its spring cleaning, the kind that happens once a year and involves every closet, cabinet, and corner that normally gets ignored. Tanner and Lina were assigned the fellowship hall, the old nursery storage closet, and whatever else the adults pointed at.
This closet smells like 1987.
How do you know what 1987 smells like?
Old hymnals, broken crowns, that's what 1987 smells like.
Just start pulling things out so we can organize.
Look at this. Flannel graph pieces. Noah's Ark. One of the giraffes are missing its head.
Toss pile.
You can't toss a headless giraffe. Lina, that's disrespectful to giraffes everywhere.
Fine. Keep pile. Move on.
There's something wedged behind the shelf. It's like a board or a plaque.
It's an old bulletin board, the court kind.
It's been behind the shelf for a while. Look at the dust lines on the wall.
Flip it over.
There's stuff pinned to it still. Old photos, a church bulletin from, 2009? A prayer request card?
Tanner, it says, pray for my grandchildren that they will find the trail before I'm gone.
That's sad.
Or hopeful, depends on how you read it. Tanner.
What?
Look what's pinned in the corner.
That's a star.
It's been pinned to this board and stuck behind a shelf. In a closet, nobody's opened it in years.
It's smooth. The edges are worn down. This isn't new, Lina. This is really old.
Tanner, it says, I was with you.
It's been here this whole time.
Before us, before the trail, before any of the stars we've found.
We've been in this church our whole lives. And this was 10 feet away from where we sit every Sunday.
It hadn't been planted for them. It had simply been waiting, patient, hidden, faithful, for someone to finally pull back the shelf and see it.
The prayer card says, find the trail.
Same word we use.
Someone else knew about this? Someone was praying about it years ago?
For their grandchildren.
Lina, what if we're not the first ones?
The first ones to what?
To walk this. What if someone walked it before us? What if that's why the stars exist? Because somebody made them a long time ago for whoever came next.
Then we aren't searching for something new.
We're finding what's already there.
I was with you. even when it was quiet, even when we didn't feel anything.
Even when we didn't know to look.
Recognition doesn't create truth, it reveals it. And sometimes the most important discovery is realizing you were never as alone as you felt. They stepped out of the closet carrying a star that was old, older than Tanner and older than Lina. The fellowship hall was almost clean. A few adults were finishing up.
Lina, back in the corner by the kitchen door.
Mr. Henry?
He's putting away folding tables. Mr. Henry's at our church, putting away folding tables.
I didn't even know he went here.
Nobody mentioned it ever. He's not talking to anyone. He's just working.
Some people serve quietly.
He yells about grass. That's not quiet.
Maybe he's different here.
He's leaving through the side door, not the front door. Nobody's even saying goodbye to him.
Or he's choosing to leave before they do.
Lina, the prayer card, the one that said, "Pray for my grandchildren."
What about it?
What if it's his?
Don't jump to conclusions.
I'm not jumping. I'm connecting carefully.
Then connect carefully and quietly. Don't go interrogating an old man about wooden stars.
I would never.
Yes, you absolutely would.
Okay, fair.
Mr. Henry was gone before anyone noticed he'd even been there, which Tanner realized might have been the point all along. They were loading the last trash bag into the dumpster behind the church when Lina heard it first.
Tanner,
What?
someone's here.
Where?
Over there.
Hey,
Micah, what are you doing here?
I was walking and I saw the building and I just stopped.
You stopped at a church?
I wasn't going in or anything. I just wanted to see what it looked like.
From behind the dumpster?
I panicked.
You want to see inside? We're just cleaning up.
I don't know, maybe. Is that weird?
Micah, I once hid from a wooden star in a church storage hallway. Nothing is weird here.
What?
Long story, come on.
The trail hadn't just been leading Tanner and Lina, it had been growing wider. And the newest set of footsteps on the path belonged to someone who didn't even know he was on it yet. In today's adventure, Tanner and Lina learned that God doesn't just show up in big moments. He's been there all along, even when we didn't recognize it. And sometimes the people closest to His work are the one you'd least expect.
Star log entry. Location. Church storage closet. Message. I was with you.
We thought we were looking for something new, but the oldest star we've ever found was 10 feet from where we sit every week.
The Bible says in Luke 24:31, "And their eyes were opened, and they knew Him." As a family, talk about this. Can you think of a time when you realized God had been helping you, even before you noticed?
Micah showed up at church today. Just showed up.
Nobody even invited him.
I don't think that was a coincidence.
On this trail, nothing is.
Join us next time because the trail doesn't just lead you, it grows.